A very warm welcome to today's session of WTS Online Seminar Series, How to Animal Welfare. This is the sixth session, and today we're talking about the impact of farmers' training on animal welfare. And as you've heard, we have some good examples today, so I'm really looking forward to it. My name is Karin Siegmund. I'm your host today. I'm the director of WTS. We are a foundation promoting animal welfare worldwide, and we are based in Berlin, Germany. This session is part of our program Animal Welfare and Development Cooperation, which we started in 2019. And we are supporting practice projects like the one we are talking about today, also trainings like this one, and research with regard to this specific issue. These series are aimed at improving animal welfare in practice, and it has covered quite some interesting topics so far, and you'll find them on the web. Today, we will discuss a project which has been developed within this program. We were looking for good practice projects across the African continent in order to show how animal welfare can be put into practice and also how to scale it. And then RAWO developed this very, very comprehensive approach. Dr. Paul Suna has also been guiding in preparation. And for the first time, also M&E, monitoring and evaluation, were set up right from the beginning to show the development and whether there are real results. And this turned out very, very great. So I'm really happy to have this project here today because it is a great example, not only for training, but also for this comprehensive approach and the collaborations and the measurements of the results, which have proved a real change for farmers and their animals. And at the same time, I think it's relatively easy to grasp. So please excuse Dr. Jean Claude to use this expression, but it's very straightforward and set up clearly and easy to adapt. So I hope we learn a lot today, and we have wonderful experts. I would like to introduce our today's host. This is Dr. Suna Paul, and he's the director of AWECA, which is the Animal Welfare Competence Center for Africa at Makerere University in Uganda, which is a public-private partnership being supported by WTS and WTG. And it is aimed at collecting and promoting animal welfare knowledge on the African continent. Paul is a long-term partner of WTS. He has set up our university training program Vets United in Uganda. And he has also developed the guidelines for animal welfare and development cooperation, which were introduced last time, besides many other activities. Paul will guide this session and will be introducing the speakers. So I would now like to introduce Dr. Paul, to introduce our first guest. Thank you for being here, and Paul, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Karin, for that kind introduction. Once again, my name is Dr. Suna Paul, and I'll be your moderator today. Straight away, our agenda will have the welcome remarks that we've already had. We'll have a presentation from Dr. Jean Claude. We'll have a panel session, a Q&A, and then that will be the end. Our key presenter today is Dr. Jean Claude Masengesho. He is a Rwandan veterinary surgeon, passionate about animal welfare, and has a strong educational background and extensive professional experience in veterinary medicine and animal welfare advocacy. In 2014, he graduated from the University of Rwanda, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in veterinary medicine. He also undertook further training in animal care and welfare at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna, Austria. He later, in 2018, completed a master's in business administration with focus on project management. He has been involved in several animal welfare and One Health projects in Rwanda. For instance, he played a pivotal role at the New Vision Veterinary Hospital, where he served as a veterinarian and head of laboratories. He was also the project manager of the WTS in Rwanda, where he contributed in advancement of animal welfare in Rwanda, specifically through continuous professional development of Rwandan vets and paravets. He has also been a key consultant in the development of different policies and strategies, such as the rabies elimination strategy plan in Rwanda, Rwanda antimicrobial resistance strategy, among others. His career and contributions have made a significant impact in the field of animal welfare and veterinary medicine, and he continues to be a driving force in advancing these causes within Rwanda and on a global scale. And he is the founder and executive director of Rwanda Animal Welfare Organization. He will be presenting today about raising animal welfare awareness among farmers in Musanze District, Rwanda. And please join me as we welcome Dr. Jean Claude Masengesho to give his presentation.
It's a great honor and pleasure to be here. Good morning, everyone, where you are. Like Dr. Paul introduced me, my name is Jean Claude Masengesho. I'm a Rwandan veterinarian, and today I'm talking about the work which have been done in Rwanda, funded by WTS. I'm working for Rwanda Animal Welfare Organization as the executive director. As you can see on my slide, the work we did was to raising animal welfare awareness among farmers in Musanze District. For those one who doesn't know Rwanda, we are just based in East Africa. It's a small country. As you can see, the land area is 26,338 kilometers square. The human population, we are 13 million. Livestock, it's the main cornerstone of our economy in Rwanda, contributing to 3% to GDP. Generally, animal welfare concern is facing some challenges in Rwanda as it's a new concept, like limited awareness and education. There is low education for this new concept. Also, there is culture attitude or traditional mindset of some farmers who think it's just an animal, it doesn't deserve the best. Then also, as it's a new concern, there is low level of concern at the governmental level where they put a lot of effort to other agenda. That's generally the main challenges we are facing in animal welfare field. Then also, like we are here today for our project. As you can see, it was funded by WTS. Then the project was for 2 years, since 2021 until 2023. Then our goal was to promote animal welfare, of course, also sustainable farming for farmer, just by raising animal welfare awareness among basically livestock farmer toward fostering improved animal welfare and health, also productivity and public health as well. The two pictures you can see, it's how we were conducting our trainings. That's me, that's the group picture after training. For project objectives, we had the following project objectives. The one was to raising animal welfare among livestock farmer, on the importance of animal welfare and 5 freedom, even its impact on livestock production. That was our first objective. Secondly, was to equip farmer with essential skills and knowledge on responsible animal ownership and livestock management, just the basics. The third one was promote One Health. Yeah, because it was new. Also, I wanted also that our farmer knew about One Health. Then the last not least, was to encourage the responsible use of antimicrobial and to make them aware of the antimicrobial resistance issue so that we safeguard the public health. That was the major objectives. Then for the scope and methodology we have used in our project, like for any other project, we had to do preparatory phases, like pre-training phases, where we had to develop the training materials or the handout for the farmer, which was made by the topics I highlighted previously in our objectives. Then we do it capacity building for our local team. Some team members were new, then we wanted them to really master the content. Also, we did a stakeholder meeting. In Rwanda, you can't do anything without involving the governmental officials. We invited the 27 officials working in the livestock sector at district level and at country level. Then after that, we had to collaborate with local officials at district level and sector level. And
Unajua hii
also
ni nini ana project. So that's
to select, we did also selection of beneficiaries of trainees. For training implementation, our target was 1,800 livestock farmers. And as Musanze District is made by 15 sectors, that means it was 120 farmer per each sector. And as a result, we were able to train in total 1,702 farmers in the whole project. The monitoring and evaluation was very key in our project. We didn't let it behind. In a collaboration with WTS expert, we were able to do farm assessment before the trainings. We just designed some questionnaires. We went to the field, then we distributed those questionnaires in order to know the existence, the basic knowledge of farmer, just to know where we will start, what is the gap. Then also in the mid of the project, we had to do post-training farmer assessment, where I wanted to know if the training we gave to them, they had any impact, if they changed anything. So it has been done after 6 to 9 months to different sector of the district. Yeah, that's the impression how we did our M&E. That was Latifa. She was in charge of this, giving questionnaire to the farmer. It was just summarized questionnaire in our local language to just get the insight and understanding of farmer. You can see also they have the handout. You can see the handout they had written in Kinyarwanda by consultants by WTS so that they keep this manual. Yeah, you can imagine about the outcome for our project. I want to say we had so much success when it comes to fulfillment of the 5 freedom of animals. Before the training, we measured and it was low. Some farmer think maybe once you give the feed to the animal, then it's enough. But during the training, we have highlighted all the 5 freedom, and the farmer was surprised to know that animal deserve more care. Then after training, we have seen that the farmer have improved a lot of knowledge and skills by fulfilling those 5 freedom. As you can see the chart, before it was on 0.7, then it was on 7.4%. When it comes to animal nutrition or animal hydration, yeah, like we said before, some of our farmers, they think you just give the grasses to animal without even knowing those balanced diet, including those nutrient, protein, fat, vitamin, minerals. There was really low knowledge. As you can see, it was 2.2. But after training, once we went to the field, we have seen that the farmer, they are trying to mix different grasses so that the animal can get enough nutrients. So we have seen some improvement, the same for hydration. Some farmer didn't know that the sheep or goat, they deserve also the water. But after training, we have seen that the farmer, they are giving water near to the animal so that the animal can drink water on a regular basis. That's the picture for one farmer we visited where he was brought his cow outside and giving the grasses, and he told us it was, we have seen it was mixed grasses. Of course, all of those had impact for improving the health status of the animal, but also the productivity. We asked them, what about production in terms of milk production? And they said, I have increased 2 liters, 3 liters. Yeah. Uh, Again, for environment and living condition, uh, some of the farmer didn't have shelter because some had this mindset that animal is like a machine. They these feces, the animal, because some of they are involved in agriculture, they didn't know that the animal should be in a clean place that deserve the litter, dry place. That's why before it was on 7, because some would say, I'm keeping this animal for manual purpose, but we told them it's not healthy because those unclean places could generate the diseases. After training, you can see it was 59. Uh, that's how we did our practical trainings. You can see me and the farmer. Here we're assessing the 5 freedom after theoretical part. Here we're in the practical part. Similar for animal health care and responsible use of antibiotics. Before the training, some of our farmers didn't know about this responsible use of antibiotics. If the animal is sick, he would call the neighbor. They had those local farmer, they named them vet, but they are not by training. So they told us if my animal is sick, I go to the neighbor whom I trust, and he come and he gives some injection. So before our training, it was just on free, but after we go there during our M1E, we have seen that they are now using the skilled and trained vet. Now it's only 60%. The same for antimicrobial residue in animal product, just antimicrobial resistance issue in animal and in human. Also, the skills was low. They didn't know that after giving antibiotic and you drink milk, it can harm yourself. Uh, but after we went there also, we have seen it was only 63%, where they are telling now we are waiting for the draw period. Now we are using the qualified vet, things like that. Also, for One Health and zoonotic disease management, because also I wanted them to know this interconnectedness between animal, the environment, and human. Then also, it was really low. They didn't know about those zoonotic diseases, that 70% or more of disease affecting human are coming from animals. People didn't know. Some of the farmer, we would ask them, do you wash your hand after you clean, or you are you living together with your animal? Then before the training, they have these little skills at 2.2, but after training, we have seen that they have increased the knowledge, such as to respect the environment, to do sanitation, to do biosecurity. Yeah, we have seen that they have improved. Uh, for this kind of project, as organization, we have seen some challenges. for the farmers or for ourselves. The first challenges we have highlighted, it's a financial constraint. Because during our M1E, we visit one farmer and we ask her or him, why do you don't have shelter for your animal? Why you don't give water? And they are telling you, we are poor, we don't have enough money to buy the material to build the shelter. That was the big challenge. Second challenge was a shortage of feed. You have seen our population and our land area, so there is this competition. But also some have challenge for storing the feed in the dry season. Also for manufacturing, that's the challenge. There was also, of course, the challenge for education because we are the one organization for animal welfare in the country. So the animal welfare information is still low, no trainings, no education. There was also much expectation from farmer. Once they see RAWO team, one would think, oh, they will buy for me a cow or a sheep. So they had much expectation that maybe we are the donor. That was a challenge because after they will come to us and say, then when are you coming back maybe to give us water to, you know, uh, also we have seen a big challenge for public vet. Usually here the administration is that one district is made by different sectors, and for each sector there is a vet. Uh, the sector has what we call executive secretary. So because we work hand in hand with sector vet, they told us if my boss told me this is the agenda, sometimes it's hard to combine vet related or animal welfare work with my agenda. Also, of course, we have some recommendation. Uh, it's just to do follow up. We have trained this big number of farmer, but we have seen that it need follow up to like refresher course for training the farmer and see if they are got water or shelter. Secondly, we would recommend that this kind of project, it was very successful and appreciated by our government, our district officials. We would recommend that it would be duplicated and scaled up to the neighboring district. Because in our training, we have seen some attendees also coming from the district nearby Musanze to just come and benefit. So we would recommend the other organization or the donor to duplicate and keep training our farmer. Also, we have seen that it need the demonstration farm because in some place we didn't get the good standard farm to teach the farmer how they should fulfill the five freedom. Then also we have this beautiful training material. We would recommend to print more copy and give to many Rwandan farmers. Uh, Before we end our presentation, there is really a very interesting study we had during our practical trainings because we had some, after theoretical, we went to the field to do five freedom assessment. Then on this particular picture, I believe Karen and Paul, they are behind because on this particular day, they were in Rwanda just to visit our project to see how we are training farmers. Then you see the young woman and the cow, and there is a big group of farmer. That's myself. This man is Francois, who's working at the district level. We visited this farmer and we have seen this cow not in a good shape. She was emaciated, thirst, and we do assessment, and finally we ask the owner why the cow doesn't have water. And she told us, I don't give water regularly to my cow. And we asked her why, and she told maybe once per week. And directly we told her, do you have water at home? She said, yes. Please, brought it. She brought the water. We put to this container. And the cow drank quickly the whole container. And all farmers surprised, and even it was the good lesson for us to tell them. We know sometimes in the dry season there is not enough feed, but please provide the water because the animal need the water on a daily basis because the water is the most important. So you can see how our trainings had the impact. On this day, all farmers will decided that they will give water because water is very cheap in Rwanda. Uh, that's the end of our presentation. That was the stakeholder meeting I was talking about. We can't end this presentation without greatly appreciating our donor, our partner, WTS. The, the fund you gave to RAWO, it had impact at country level on the well-being of animals. Also, we want to thank the consultants from WTG, Dr. Paulsona, but also you as a participant who dedicated your time today. Thank you very much. That's the end of our presentation. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, thank you, Jean Claude, for that wonderful presentation. You have really clearly given us a picture on about how the project took place, and I also feel that our participants could clearly relate to how things how farmers are taking care of animals, and how the status has changed following your intervention. And also I clearly remember that day, the picture that you have ended with, and I could see how a combination of theory that you are giving them in those meetings, and then having the practical sessions, could improve their understanding and appreciation of the need to improve welfare and the understanding further on the needs of animals.